Fred MacGuffin Reviews. Angel on My Shoulder, 1946. Directed by Archie Mayo. And starring Paul Mooney, Anne Baxter, and Claude Rains. Now, this is a MacGuffin spoiler review. So, spoiler warning, spoiler warning. I'm going to talk about this movie and talk about the plot. So, go watch it and come back. This is available on YouTube. That's where I watched it, and hopefully it's available for you to watch. Okay, Archie Mayo. He's also directed Vengeance, The Crimson City, The Petrified Forest, On Trial, A Night in Casablanca, Sweet and Lowdown, Harry Siegel, Monkey Business, and Heaven Can Wait. He wrote those last three as well. So, talented director and writer. And this is a very, very good movie. I really enjoyed this. As I said, from 1946, black and white, but don't let that put you off. We have Paul Mooney playing Eddie Cagle, and Eddie Cagle is a gangster, and he's just released from prison, and his best friend, Smiley Williams, his lieutenant, Smiley Williams, picks him up outside prison and drives him away. And as he's doing that, he shoots him. He shoots him 4 times, kills him, and because of Eddie's past, he goes straight to hell. Now, great actor playing Eddie in this. He was also Scarface in the... Yeah, he wasn't... Not the Al Pacino one. This is the early... This is the Scarface of the 80s was a remake. The Last Angry Man, The Life of Emily Zola, and I'm a Fugitive from a Chain Gang. But his career was cut short due to illness, so that's a shame because he does great in this. It's a really enjoyable performance as Eddie Cagle. So, who does Eddie meet down in hell? He meets the devil, and the devil is played by Claude Rains, and you may have seen him in Casablanca, The Invisible Man, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, The Adventures of Robin Hood, Lawrence of Arabia, Notorious, Now Voyager, Moontide, The Wolfman, and The Seahawk. So Claude Rains has had a great career. He's been in some classics, and he's great in this as the devil. Mephistopheles, Nick, whatever you want to call him. And Nick's plan is to put Eddie into the body of a judge called Fred Parker, and Fred Parker is going up to be governor. He's trying to get elected to be governor, and he's a good man. He's trying to do a lot of things, help children, stop corruption, and the devil doesn't like him. So because they look very similar, the devil wants to put Eddie into Fred's body because they look very similar. So that's what the devil does. He brings Eddie back to Earth to do some work for him. Now, if Eddie does this for the devil will let him get revenge on Smiley Williams, who shot him. So that's his... So the motive here is revenge, and Eddie likes the sound of it. He wants to get revenge on Smiley. So Eddie goes into the body of Fred Parker, and the devil has ideas to ruin Fred's political campaign and show him up, and just use Eddie to put the judge in a bad light. And of course, if Eddie kills Smiley, he's going to be a murderer. So yeah, the devil has got a plan. Now, while Eddie is, being the judge in the judge body, his soul is in the judge's body. The judge has a fiancée called Barbara Foster, and Barbara Foster is played by Anne Baxter, and you may have seen her in All About Eve, The 10 Commandments, The Razor's Edge, The Magnificent Ambersons, 5 Graves to Cairo, The Spoilers, and Cimarron. She's great in this. Of course, Eddie falls in love with her. She yeah, well, she's got that persona. You'll fall in love with her watching this. Great actress, and yeah. So Eddie, as the so Barbara tells Eddie of her plans, and for a family, and gradually through the movie, Eddie falls in love with Barbara, and I think he begins to like the character of, like, what he likes what he's hearing about Frederick Parker, even though the devil tries to get him to speak at a rally, and say things to the people there that that he should say as Eddie Cagle, that but Eddie but some the opposition's heavies come in to throw vegetables at Judge Parker, and Eddie jumps down and fights them, and shows them that he's not going to take any messing. And yeah, this only enhances the judge's persona. And another example, the devil wants the judge to let this killer off on in a trial, and to give a sentence that that shouldn't be given. And instead of doing that, lets Eddie throws the book at the people. And yeah, he just basically doesn't do what the devil wants him to do. In the Bentley case, the one of the killers is an ex-girlfriend of Eddie, so he knows her, and he knows she's been two-timing him, and that he basically throws the book at her. So yeah, the devil's thwarted at every turn. Eddie begins to see the life he could have had. He as I said, falls in love with Barbara, and yeah, it's some very touching scenes, and every action that he takes results in good rather than evil. And yeah, this is a nice sort of, yeah, it's real. I like these sort of movies. It feels like Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, or Frank Capra, or Preston Sturgis, or one of those really well written and really great ideas. There's some great special effects in this too, of hell. The special effects of the hell scenes, and yeah, just the way it's done. It's as if people walk through the devil and Eddie as they're sitting somewhere, or they're invisible. So yeah, some really early special effects, but good ones. The supporting cast are great. We have Eddie interacting with the psychologists, Matt Higgins, and his butler, Albert. They're all wondering what's going on with the judge. He's acting very strange. Barbara is too. And yeah, things like that really sort of endear us to all the performances and the people in this. One thing that comes up at the start of the movie, a bit of a quote from somebody, from Omar Khayyam, and the quote is, "Live fully while you may, and reckon not the cost. Deny yourself nothing. Flame and blaze like a torch, and toss the fire about you." That's a quote that comes up at the start of this. So what we have here is a man that is out for revenge, who thought he was bad, who never, I suppose, never had an alternative way to live his life. He goes into the body of the judge and gets surrounded by people that like him and appreciate what he's doing and love him, in case of Barbara. And his whole persona and character gets changed. And instead of killing Smiley at the end, he finds it he deals with him another way. He decides not to kill him, even though the devil's on his shoulder telling him what to do, and makes a deal with the devil that the devil will leave the judge and Barbara alone to live their lives without any interference, and that he'll go back with the devil, even though he has the choice not to. And the devil needs him back because if he's not brought back to hell, he will. It'll cause a lot of disruption to the whole dynamic of hell, and that devil has control of souls, and yeah, it wrecks his sort of prestige in hell. So yeah, this is a delight. If you can, if you like this type of movie, check it out. It's as I said, the script is, you have the great script, great cast, and great morality tale here. And yeah, this is a real surprise. I've never heard of this movie before. It was also on Talking Pictures, and it was a choice from Talking Pictures. So yeah, I'd give this a 4 out of 5. Yeah, it's getting close to, it's probably 4.5. It's getting close to a 5. I really enjoyed this, and I think you will too. Fred MacGuffin review An Angel on My Shoulder. Fred MacGuffin reviews Angel on My Shoulder.